Like dead ass. Like I'm thinking about that shit. Like that's a good ass investment. Like I think that's a investment at a turnover. Just give it to people that's gonna put like keep a business down
Yeah.
there, a real good niche,
Yeah.
and then see
It's
how.
gonna have to be a niche
Yeah,
though. It's gonna
two.
have to be one that's making money.
I feel like 2 to 5 years if you last. Yeah,
I feel like who said I was watching a Ice Cube interview
yeah,
not too long ago, and he said the thing entrepreneurs need to try to like get in their head is you shouldn't be looking for any type of profit for the first 5 years.
yeah. You should be looking to do a lot of free work.
A lot of
A
free
lot of free
work.
work. So like for me, looking back now, like when I was in those studio sessions where I was recording for free or I was doing this for free, I at the time like when you with somebody or you having a relationship or you just first you try to get people to understand that portion of it, but they
Yeah,
ain't looking at it like that. They looking like, damn, well, you taking all your time away from me and you going to record music and
yeah,
you ain't bringing nothing home.
yeah.
So they're not understanding that the first 5 years is definitely tough for anybody
That's
doing
why it's
anything.
important to like find people with that understanding. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying?
And
Even if they not
collaborate.
an entrepreneur themselves, you feel me? They just need to understand like, okay, by me being with this person who is going into like the entrepreneur space, that I have to be patient and understanding of what's going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's I feel and that's the whole thing. Like I said earlier, um, with my therapist and us being on like the whole, it's not a right or wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I'm finding a lot more happiness.
Right.
Where a lot of shit is not about even be right about being right or wrong. It's more about what are you two willing to do for the understanding.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we can sit up here and goddamn figure out if I was wrong or if you were wrong.
Right.
But what is that gonna do after that other than just pinpoint
Yeah.
who is
Or you
wrong?
you point out your wrongs, I'm pointing out my wrongs, and we going back and forth, or we arguing, chop it up, whatever we do,
Facts.
go outside. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
at the end of the day, like you don't want to just be in a space to where you kind of going back and not having a solution or solving a problem. And I
Hmm.
notice a lot of times people would live and dwell in the solution, especially in the past.
Right.
Like no matter what you do, and my brother had to put this to me the other day. He was like, "Bruh, people only recognize you from when you crash out and you've done things that was negative.
Yep.
So even if you're on this path of changing and we actually see that you're changing,
Hmm.
in a way we have to relate back to things that you've done, because if you're doing stuff now that's kind of similar,
Right.
we're gonna have to prepare ourselves for whatever that may
Exactly.
come with that.
Right.
And I didn't understand that dynamic because someone that's dealt with, you know, trauma,
Yeah.
years of trauma, emotional trauma, relationship trauma, feeling like I didn't have, feeling like I didn't have my father in my life enough
Right.
with certain things, unanswered questions, having to
Yeah.
figure out things in life myself.
Hmm.
Like it was a struggle for me at times understanding like emotional intelligence. I ain't understand that shit at all. I had to like I was given a book
Yeah.
like emotional intelligence 2.0.
I ain't know that was a thing.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I ain't even know that was a thing, bro.
Because ultimately it shows and teaches you how your reactions. It's kind of like reading the 48 laws, but from a psychology standpoint.
Yeah, right. This is the book they ain't finna put in the jails for you to got there and read.
No.
See, I read that. That's why I read the 48 Laws when I was down the road. But I understand it's certain information, it's certain books that you're not privy to behind them walls, and
Right.
it's a reason for that.
Right. That's why I always pride myself on reading now, even audiobooks. That's a thing for me.
Now that's where I'm at. I'm on a lot of audio books,
Like
bro.
I for motivation this morning I listened to Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter, the Curtis Jackson
Okay.
book.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That book was very motivational. I've they got it on YouTube now.
Yeah.
But I've read it already.
Okay.
I got the actual book on Audible. Well, the book on Audible, and I got it on Kindle, so I can actually read along as I'm listening to it.
That's what's
So
up.
I'm going back to read it again because I realized there's some things maybe I need to pick up on that will
Right.
help me along my journey now. And I do that with a lot of books.
I do that too.
I've read the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone.
I love him.
He got
I
a lot
love
of other
Grant.
books too that's good.
Uncle G.
Mark Manson,
Hmm.
The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. That book,
I heard
his
about that one.
follow up.
I haven't got down read it though.
Oh,
I heard
his
about it.
follow up is
It's
perfect.
crazy.
Yeah,
Woo.
yeah, you gotta read the follow up. It's like you start to realize nothing really even matters. Just like Lauren Hill said, nothing really matters.
That's crazy,
at all.
bro. That's crazy. All right, before we get into this, y'all, I got a special guest with me today. Really, this was. I told him outside. He was really supposed to be my first guest when I started this space, this whole podcasting space. This guy has been one of the curators into the musical side of what you see from me today. Um, Maybe 8 out of the last 10 records I have dropped have been produced by this guy.
You giving me too much
But
credit.
nah, I ain't finna, bro. I ain't finna shortchange you, bro. I'm
Oh,
definitely
man.
not finna shortchange, bro. Goddamn, he done gave me so much inspiration on another tip. Like the song that everybody always comes back and gives me prop on is "Clean," and I'm like, y'all don't understand where that beat came from. Y'all don't understand what made me do that, bro. Like. Clean is one of them records that I continuously to this day still get congratulated on, still get props on, and I always tell them, like, if it wasn't for my nigga Vclass sending me that goddamn crack, it wouldn't have been that. It wouldn't have been that. So I want my audience to please help me welcome. He's no stranger, but help me welcome my nigga Vclass to the Rockin' with Rocket
My
podcast.
dog.
What's going on,
Thank
bro?
you, bro.
Already,
Thank
man.
bro.
You
I
already
appreciate
know.
it. That's yeah.
Real shit.
And mind you, bro, I love all the records that we've done. I love golf a lot, bro.
Oh my God. Golf.
Oh my, bro, that shit went off on TikTok. Motherfuckers
Bruh.
don't really know like that. Like,
Bro, I see that shit, and you know what's crazy? Because when I went and looked at, sometimes I just go back at TikTok and I like put in my name and I look and see how many times.
The dance to that bitch,
Bruh, they got white folks on the golf course. They got Asian folks playing golf. I'm like,
to the song.
Wow.
That was cool. When I saw that aspect of it, I was like, all right, I definitely would love to do that again. 'Cause that made it fun for me, just seeing that kids gravitated towards it and did a dance. That made me happy as hell.
yeah, bro. Like the whole dance shit, I was just like, huh?
I was just listening to Cruise Control this morning.
Man, Cruise Control so much. Oh my God, boy. This is why I say, bro, I really wanted you to be the first, cause nigga, I believe low key, you one of the dopest in the city. And like it's very few people that know about you, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm mad. I'm mad about that. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like when we got down talk about artists and shit, I always got down yell out Floyd in the sky.
Right.
Because a lot of people don't know about him, but it's no reason why people should not. And you fall up under that same category when it comes to that with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I hear about certain producers, and it's no shot at nobody else. It's like, bro, y'all just need to recognize that it's more people occupying this space.
And then also too, like I'm a builder, like naturally. So I am like more so a behind the scenes producer, but I do got a personality and I do talk.
Facts.
But people don't see that side of me often.
Right.
And it's a reason. It's because, like I said, sometimes I'm socially awkward. Sometimes I hate being put in positions to be asked too many questions at certain times. Sometimes my brain is thinking way more than I'm needing it to think about things. So I'm in my head a little bit, but I definitely have a personality and I'm definitely a fun person. That's why I want to definitely go forward and start vlogging. I got this vlog series that I'm hoping to do with Nino Shop.
And my boy, shout out Nino, man.
Nino did do some great work, man, and I really want to do this like in studio type work. I want to talk about HOM.
Okay.
You know, HOM 202X. That's my clothing brand that I started.
Okay. I was just finna tell you, let the people know what it is.
Brother, I'm putting myself on the same level as Supreme. I'm putting my same level as 100. I'm putting myself right there.
Bro, it's fact because it's a dope concept. It is a dope logo.
And mind you, I want to collaborate with everybody.
Right.
I know that this is a competitive space. So when I did HOM, it was very strategic the way that I did it too.
All right, break that down.
All right, so HOM is Hearts of Men. Anybody know Tupac, Hearts of Men? I was a big Tupac fan. Tupac was like my first dad for real.
Okay.
Like when my mama bought All Eyes on Me, that was the first album I ever opened up in life. I
Mm.
listened to a lot of music before that. Stevie Wonder,
Yeah.
Monica. My mama listened to Brandy. Big
Mm-hmm.
Mary J. Blige fan.
Right.
But that Pac album was the very first album I've ever opened in my life and listened to.
Mm.
And that was one of the songs that I gravitated towards.
Yeah.
And in my adult life, like I told you, I had challenges and things of that nature. So how the brand came about was when I was first diagnosed with my mental health. Like I was always naturally an artist. Like coming up, I always drew. That's my natural talent.
Okay.
I produce. But
Right.
My natural talent is to draw.
Is art. Gotcha.
Is art. Like I'm really an artsy person, but people don't know that about me because I hadn't painted any Picasso paintings
Right.
or no shit like that. So what I did was I used to do these seamless drawings when I was locked in the hospital. Because people don't know I've been hospitalized a total of 6 times.
Damn.
Mental facility 6
Mhm.
times. I had to work myself hard to get where I'm at now. People don't understand like it's a process, but
Yeah.
people will hear things and think things, but I ain't no Looney Tune. out
Right.
here. But
Facts. Facts.
I've been through mental and emotional trauma that led me to be in mental health, and I also worked mental health for 6 years.
Right.
A lot
But
of
see,
people don't know that.
and it's crazy
Yeah.
because I guess coming from like the general like society neighborhood environment that we would come from,
Right. Yeah. Right.
like we don't see mental health as big of a task or as big of a threat because we can go outside and see so many other threats. You know what I'm saying? We gotta go outside and worry about the dude goddamn that said something on Facebook last night. Now y'all beefing.
Right.
But he stayed down the street. Not only that, you gotta worry about the police fucking with you. Not only that, you might got a baby mama that you behind on child support. It's a lot of things that
fall
could
in
just
place.
you could come outside and already see the imminent threat
Right.
for our society to be thinking like, oh, we need to go talk to somebody about some shit that's in my mind.
But
You know what I'm
this
saying?
the killer part, bro. I take it back. My trauma don't start from when I had my first episode. I had to identify my own trauma, and to this day, I had to speak to my father about it. You know what I
Right.
mean, about it. But my first trauma was from a beating when I was a child.
Real shit. And you know what? I don't know where you probably ended that's called shadow work.
Right. Another one.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people don't know. I had a accident when I was younger.
Okay.
I lost my front teeth early.
Nah, I ain't know
I
that.
slammed my face dead on the concrete when I was younger. I lost my front teeth and I had to do major surgery many years.
Damn.
It cost about $11,000 to fix my mouth.
Shit.
Every time I
Whew.
go, yeah. So that's why, like,
You definitely got something to say.
Right.
You definitely got something to say.
so like from that point on, seeing those two traumas, I had to identify with those to even figure out like why I was built or I was operating so poorly as a man in a lot of ways. And from learning and understanding, all right, this is a process, life happens, this, that, and the third, I started to learn, okay, so these things actually wasn't a bad thing. These actually were things to help me to build my hustle up, to actually understand, like, all right, so I got to get 11 grand, or I got to get like at least 6 to 8 to actually get something half decent. At least let me work myself to a point to where I understand that this is the process and this is what I have to do for myself. And it's okay that I have this debt and these problems, because guess what? My life is going to be expensive.
Right. Facts.
So I got to
Facts.
put myself in a space of realizing that I need to handle myself in that same exact way. Life is expensive as hell. You got car notes, you got car insurance. By the time you got the car insurance, you got all your bills that you got to pay.
Yeah.
You turn around, you got your rent that you got to pay.
Right.
Then if you got an old lady or if you got kids, you got to tend and take care of those.
Not even that. I tell people all the time, bro.
Debts.
It costs to walk outside your house.
It do.
It costs to engage in the human experience, bro.
Yeah.
When you walk outside your house, bro, whether you take a bus, whether you crank your car up, that's gas. Like wherever it costs, it's gonna cost. And then let's even go even deeper, bro.
Right.
Your energy is priceless.
Yes.
Your energy is priceless. So,
Sure,
nigga, you're
100 million.
bringing a priceless, something that can't even be measured in money outside, and you're exchanging this with folks.
Right. And that's what I had to realize. That's what I didn't have. I
Right.
didn't have knowledge of understanding that.
Mhm.
And I'll be real with you. one of my artists that I used to work with taught me this. Jay
Okay.
Bussy YS. He
Mhm.
actually, shout out to him.
Shout out to him.
He actually taught me that your worth, when you know your worth and your value,
Right.
nobody can't tell you anything. And at the time of me having to learn and gain that information, I didn't even understand it fully
Right.
until I had to experience doing stuff for myself, branding wise, business wise. I didn't know how to do a lot of things. Like I was making beats, but a lot of times I didn't know how to do track outs.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to upload the beat stars. I didn't know that you was actually gonna get royalties back for. I didn't know these things, so
Mhm.
I slowly had to gain the information, and then when I produced and I put stuff out, then I started to correct the things that I didn't understand. So my frustrations a lot of times from production was just like not having a lawyer or somebody on the business side to like do the work
Yeah.
that I had to do. I had to do everything.
Yeah.
I had to get my own equipment. I
Mhm.
had to record myself. I had to mix myself down. It was no engineer for me. There was nobody to come save me with a lot of that stuff. I
Mhm.
lost equipment. Equipment broke. I had to go
Mhm.
replace stuff. I
Yeah,
didn't
bro.
have a lot of this written off on no tax write off.
Right.
Now learning this shit now.
Yes, bro.
So what I was trying to explain to a lot of people is like, if we all came together and we all worked together on a process of going forward, I ain't really worrying about the money. Let me see the plan and see
Right.
people are actively working on shit, and then I can say, oh yeah, I'm gonna dedicate to this because my nigga gonna make sure he can record this 10 song project. And we gonna get this shit out in a month.
Facts. But you know what I
You
learned
know?
along the way, bro? It's not. It's not just enough to understand one. Put the energy out. To what you want.
Right.
You have to also understand the environment that you in.
True.
This is where
And
I
and
was
not
getting
understand it a
lost.
lot of
This
times.
is
You
where I was
right.
getting lost, bro, because I was like, bro, I know I got the hustle. I don't see giving up in my future. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have this, but like it feel like my train has just got and then like I say, through therapy, just going through, you know what I'm saying, the studies and stuff that I go over, the homework that I have to do, it came back to like, bro, it's not just enough to have. Matter of fact, me and him was going over on fixed mindset versus growth mindset
Right. What's up,
on a
man?
couple of that's my partner right there, C Note. C Note in the building, y'all.
What's
And
up,
my
man?
partner C Note from Ready to Be Accountable. We were going over fixed mindset versus growth mindset a couple weeks ago, and that is where I learned it because they was like the growth mindset. It doesn't have a limit,
Hmm.
but it is limited to its environment.
Yeah, so
And
like
I
basically
didn't.
like when Steve Harvey talk about the mayonnaise jar and
Hmm.
you put a what was it? Was it a termite
Okay.
or something, some little creature like little bug
That jump.
that jump, and it can't jump so far because its vertical leap is at a certain point.
Right.
It's the same process. Like if
Right.
you're stuck in this box or stuck in this jar rather, you're not gonna go out of it, and that was my problem.
Even
Like
when the lid off.
right, because I had opportunities of jumping. Like, all right, I had an opportunity to go to the Art Institute of Atlanta.
Hmm.
The Art Institute back, when was this? 20, it could have been 11, 12.
Hmm.
Back when I went there, I took my mom with me because I was trying to make, well, matter of fact, it might have been further back. Let's just say it might have been 10,
Okay.
2010.
Hmm.
When I went to the school, seen that they had software, this, that, and the third. I still was doing the artwork, stuff
Mhm.
like that. I had talent, clearly, but the school was $97,000 for me to go for the first year. My mama was like, "You ain't got that kind of money to get
Hell
on no school
nah.
like that."
Shit.
So I settled and went to community college. I went to
Right.
Augusta Tech. I took marketing management.
Hmm.
So I did marketing management for like a year and a half, but I got bored with it. So I switched over to business administration, went to Strayer.
Hmm.
Still was struggling. I was like, damn, I like this business shit, but I want to do production.
Right.
Something about being creative
Mhm.
just jolts me. Like it wakes me up in the morning.
Facts.
It like intensifies me to be the best person that I can
Right.
be. So that's when I made a decision in about 2015 to go to Full Sail.
Hmm.
So I stopped going with student loan debt.
Yeah.
Stopped going to Strayer. Went to Full Sail. They gave me my first little launch box, all that stuff.
Hmm.
2017 come now, go do all the classes. Now I'm out of school. I don't know what I want to do now because they're teaching me things, but it got me going in different direction. It got me going in the media direction. It got me going on the production side over here. Now you got me doing gaming over here, and then you got me doing this over here. So I couldn't make a decision because I just want to sit in the studio and make beats like Southside from
Right.
Mafia. Nigga. I
Right.
just want to be in there with the niggas and
Right.
make beats.
Facts.
That's all I wanted to do.
Mhm.
But I didn't understand that process of what Southside went through didn't require no fucking Full Sail.
Facts.
And I love Full Sail for everything it's given
Right.
me. But if I would have known then what I knew now, I wouldn't have even went. But I appreciate it for what it has given me because I realize now you're gonna put me in the multimedia space. Now I
Right.
can curate podcasts. Now I know how to record.
Facts.
I know how to put things together. So all in all, it's made me a better creative person having to go through that process. So even if I got that $60,000 worth of debt, 70, 80, however it spikes, I know I'm gonna pay that shit off.
It's the experience.
Yeah,
It's the experience.
I know I'm gonna pay that shit.
And you get that like instruction manual. You know what I'm saying? Straight down. Okay, this is what you're supposed to do. This is what you. And a lot of people feel like because it can be self-taught and you can, you know what I'm saying, actually become great and prosper
There's
off of being
technical
sick.
skills within it that is a science.
Exactly.
That everybody has to master. And
Exactly.
that's everything. Like I break things down to people like this, and I want all the kids to listen and watch.
Mm-hmm.
Every program has the same process, a beginning and an ending.
Facts.
Realize that you have a beginning and an ending. Once you understand that, take all of the worries out and get from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, every program, like recording program, FL Studio got the same exact things. Like you have routing,
Yeah.
sends, bus. You had your reverbs over here. If you look at all of the programs, look at your homeboy that use Logic, or look at your homeboy that's on Pro Tools. It's
Right.
all the same shit. You just don't know how to operate that system at the moment, but it's the same process. Just figure out the simple, basic process, and you learn from there.
Facts.
Learn all your command keys for any program that you use. Meaning, if you use FL Studio, if you use Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, learn the command keys so you could get around the things that you don't know how to do, so that way you could move faster.
Right.
That's how I got better.
Facts.
It wasn't that I was better than anybody. I wasn't afraid to YouTube and Google things and figure it out, and then call the people that I need to call, ask a question. Hey, I got this going on, that going on. I don't understand this process, but I know how to do this. How can I get to the next point? And I was just always one of those people that sat there and took notes. I'm a scientist at heart.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't realize that about me because I don't really talk like that all
Right.
the time in every settings. I'm learning now to shut the fuck up in rooms where I'm not the smartest.
Right. And I'm learning I don't want to be the smartest in the room.
Nah, I don't.
If I'm the smartest in the room, I'm in the wrong room.
Right.
I gotta get out because there's nothing for me to learn here.
Right, and then there's also different levels of it too. Like you might be smart at one way, but you
Right.
might not be smart in another. Like you might be street smart, but you might not be book smart, and vice versa.
Right.
So like you I feel like in this day and time, you need both.
Yes, of
You
course.
need both. You need a friend that knows how to get it one way, and you need family that know how to get it this way, and you need everything to kind of be full circle in order to grow and build.
Which kind of come back to the balance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The balance of everything that we talk about. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about the healing of black men, yes, we feel like the world is trying to push more femininity on the black man, but I don't want black man to fear femininity because it damn sure is needed. If you walk around on high alert all day, you're gonna burn out.
Right, and I just don't mind femininity. I don't want to be emasculated.
That's the thing.
Like,
That's
I want
the
you
thing.
to feel like you could play with me.
Right.
Like, that's it.
Right.
As a man, I just want to be respected. I just don't want you to feel like you can play with me. That's
Right.
it. I don't want to talk light when I walk in the room. I want my voice not to change, like Hov said.
Right.
I don't want to do none of that. Like I ain't the toughest guy in the room, but I don't want you to feel like you could just come. Cause like in any situation, like I don't want to feel like I'm always having to be fearful because it's a little intimidating or someone's look is intimidating. Cause a lot of times they don't tell you shit either.
Right. Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So like I've learned that over the time. So it's not like I'm trying to be tougher or better than anybody. A lot of times I just stand firm on square because I know how people.
But
live.
people are gonna look at you that way, bro. I found that out
Yeah.
along this ride, bro,
Man.
along this journey. the more and more that you try to better yourself, people will look at you as if you are getting better than them, which in hindsight it may be true.
And it's funny you said that because I dealt with that on prior
Oh yeah.
jobs, especially a recent prior job where I had these cats. We'd work, and I noticed it always ends up being this competition thing. And mind you, competition is not bad,
Right.
and it's not unhealthy. But the
Facts.
dynamic of where it goes left to where you feel like you want to emasculate me, it's obvious. And I felt that in different ways dealing with these particular gentlemen. So like when I had those issues or whatnot, it wasn't that I didn't understand that they played around, they joked around. Men gonna joke around and poke at each
Facts.
other regardless. My brothers poke at me all the time, every day. But it's another thing to where when you in a space and you realize somebody ain't playing no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you start to be like, all right, bro, you competing now, but you starting to make it feel like you really got a
Right.
problem with me.
Now you attacking me instead of it being healthy
And-
competition.
And then when I'm addressing it and I'm telling you in
Right.
a nice way, then you still taking advantage because you want to press my buttons because you really got an underhanded issue and I catch it, but I'm trying to play it to the left, but you still trying to bring it to me.
Facts.
So now you making me have to go to a side to where I
Right.
don't want to really respond, and when I respond like that, they not expecting that because he not the street guy, he's not the tough guy. I'm not.
Right.
But I'm still not the guy that you could take advantage of.
Exactly.
So that's just the nature of how I handle things. Like I try to handle conflicts with verbally, but I notice like sometimes a motherfucker will put you in a by any means necessary type scenario.
Hell yeah.
A lot.
Hell
Because
yeah.
you would tell a man like, "Hey, bro, I don't want the problem. All right, now you still doing the same thing. I'm telling you, but you still
They don't get it.
Nah, so it's like
They don't get it. They still broken.
And I know this gonna sound childish, and my brother was clowning me when I said this shit the other day, but it's bullying.
No, that's not childish. That
Yeah.
what we just talked about last night with Maine and Slim.
Niggas be
Fuck that.
bullying niggas and be
Fuck
trying to
that.
make it seem like you not doing that. Like, bro, I see what you doing. Like, I've been through this
Man.
process before. Why are you trying to bully me into your thinking, your logic, the way you feel because you ain't comfortable with yourself?
Bruh, I
You a
can't
grown-ass man
stand
out here
bullies.
mad at yourself or mad at something that you dealing with that you can't like figure out a resolution to your conflict, and then you bringing it to me now, a person that's trying to heal.
Right. But see what I learned also, bro, a lot of people don't even know. And that's the scary part.
That right. And
That's the scary part.
And I lie to you not, bro. I figured that out about that situation. So in my mind now, like looking back at it, they didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't understand. Like, oh, this man been through some shit. This
Right.
man been through some real trauma. Like, I don't speak on my business, but damn, at least let me look at it from a different perspective now because now this man wasn't playing.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So at the end of the day, it's like, it's always going to be people like that in life. Like I've always had people over the years that I know personally, that I've met personally, that I've always been the person to always turn the other cheek majority of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I never really sat there and whooped the nigga ass. for
Right,
it.
right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I know when I go there, it's dangerous. I
Right.
don't want to live in that dangerous space. I'd rather live in peace because that aggression don't do nothing for neither one of us.
I feel it.
If I build with you, I build with you. But
Mhm.
if we gotta go to destruction, it is nothing that I can do about what I'm going to do on the other
And see,
side
I had to
of it.
learn that. I had to learn that young, bro. I had to learn that young. It was a
crazy.
white boy. We was in PE,
Yeah.
and he was talking about my mama, and I blacked out. I blacked out, and the next thing I know, his mama was trying to press charges on me. The principal was going to bat for me. My mama and them, they was talking to their parents, trying to, like, but, bruh, it was like I left bruises from this white boy head to his feet, just stomping them out.
Mhm.
So, goddamn, I know exactly what you talking about. When you get there, nigga, there's no goddamn turning me back, nigga.
Yeah,
It's
I
gonna
don't
have
care
to
about
be
consequences. I don't care
bruh,
about
like
police. I don't care about
consequences
none of
out
that.
the window.
It's like I don't want to be there, but in this
Facts.
day and time, with a man that has a mental health condition and he crash out like that, you see what they doing to us for real.
Of course,
So-
bruh. That's crazy that you said that, bro. That's crazy that you said that, bro. We just got down, me and my girl, we just got down sitting up, and one of her brothers has a condition, and it's it was a report of like a white dude choking out a mentally ill. Matter of fact, the nigga he used to like do Michael Jackson impressions and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And the white man, he was just in a mood one day, and I guess the black dude was there talking to himself. I guess he was going through, one of the episodes or whatever. But pretty much everybody in the community knew what the fuck was going on, so they just let him be. You know what I'm saying? He decides that he's getting on his nerves and gonna tell him to stop talking to himself. And he's gonna demand that he stop talking to himself. And when he didn't, he chokes him until he died. That's scary. The next event that happened was like last week, and it was another guy talking to himself, going through an episode. Another random guy come by, they get to arguing. He pushes the guy in between the train and the goddamn and like where everybody stands at.
Right.
So like nigga, when the camera zoomed in on him, all you see is his legs like hanging off. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, bro, are we really that goddamn evil in this world that we don't give a damn to understand what the next human is going through?
I'm about to shift gears. My first experience with understanding mental health, like before even mine, was in 2008-9.
Right.
I was working at Walmart and I'm at the register. This is known. Most people that know me from there know this situation.
Mm-hmm.
So there was this cat that was schizophrenic. I didn't know that he was.
Okay.
But that particular day, he started to exert energy towards me. He spit dead in my face. I didn't even know how to respond. I was at the job, and all I could think was, I want to react, but something's telling me not to just react aggressively.
Whoo.
But I got mad afterwards because it was just like, it was embarrassing me.
Right.
Here in front of, I work with a lot of women.
Right.
It kind of made me feel like emasculated.
Emasculated, right.
And at the moment, I didn't know how to respond to it. So I didn't know about the whole situation until we actually had to go to court about the situation, because it did happen at my job.
Right.
And when we went to court, they said he had a mental condition. He was schizophrenic. That was my first time ever experiencing that until I ended up having my own traumatic issues.
Right.
And then I had to be like, damn, now I got an appreciation for that shit, because now I'm starting to realize, like, this is not an abnormal thing.
Right.
And a lot of it has to do with, like I said, childhood trauma.
Right.
And a lot having to do with health.
Yes.
Eating and what you putting in your body. Like, we can't control the food 100% because it's even healthy things that they putting out here promoting that's not good for the body at all.
Yep.
I sat 2020, and I'm glad I'm here to tell this story because this is what helped me with my health journey.
Mm-hmm.
My mom had terminal cancer.
Okay.
Her friend, Sister Avaya, and her husband, basically paid Yaki Awakening to come to my house. This is before Yaki had even a following. This is before he got on Instagram, before everybody knew who he was.
Right.
The man was in my house, and I shook hands with this man.
Right.
I walked in with a set of Popeyes. He was like, so you gonna eat that Popeyes, huh? I was like, yeah, I ain't got nothing else to eat.
Right.
He was like, bet that this is gonna be your last weekend eating Popeyes. Bro, I sat at John's Road 3 to 4 hours. I think I might still got him recorded on my phone. I had him a voice note off my phone, 3 hours long, of him teaching about the body, teaching about the type of food we eat, how it reacts to us, why we should stay away from certain foods, why we don't need to be eating oils, why hot tomatoes is not good. So the pizza and the cheeses and all the stuff that we eating really ain't good for your gut over time.
Right.
So as I learned, I started to kind of process, all right, so how I'm going to get away from this meat, because I've been eating meat all my life.
Facts.
So what I ended up doing was, for 3 years, I failed at it terribly. Was going through a divorce, not seeing my kid as much as I wanted to see. Was still seeing them, but I was still trying to be a better human. So I said, man, I want to get away from this meat. Man, it was tough.
Oh, yeah.
It was
yeah.
I failed so many times until last year, December. I was like, all right, I know I've been through things. I know I'm tired of spinning out, losing myself. I'm tired of not being right. Let me go without this meat completely. Bro, it's 8 months. Bro, I'm jogging 4 or 5 miles now. Bruh,
That's what's
I
up.
work out almost damn near every day. I don't stay still damn near like like stagnant, like
But
lazy.
you know what? Cause
No.
and that's another thing, bro. That like I feel like, bro, we need to wake up. I feel like the reason why like a lot of hill black people are like just ostracized or looked at crazy or like, oh, they might be better than this, that, and the
Right.
third is because our whole culture is fucking sick, bro.
Yeah.
We're fucking sick,
Yeah.
dog.
It
Like
is.
the notion we came up with this, like the way we even view other black people
Right.
that we don't even know personally. Like all of us
We
could
got
be walking through the
aggression
mall
on
and we
the
got
other
now
people.
Like
homeboys.
you
Right.
ever been to the grocery store or you ever been out in public? You
Yeah,
walk
that's
in
what
the
we was about
mall
the analogy of the mall. Yeah,
Yep.
and a nigga look at you and you be like, bro, I don't like this nigga.
No,
But you don't even know this nigga.
Thank you.
Thank you size them up. You gotta size
Right.
every nigga
Right.
When you looking at
Right.
looking at every
It's a
black man you
natural-
walk
I do it
past,
too, bro.
it's a
I
size
really- I
up.
do it too.
And they
I-
fuck with me,
yes.
and I'm the type I work
It's a
in
size
public,
up.
so I do that all day. Like I have to know a nigga. Like it go.
Like I tell you some funny story the other day. A dude that I picked up on my Uber. Shout out to him. Goddamn, Red Man.
Mhm.
Fucked around and picked up Red Man for the first time. I don't know Red Man from Can Paint. I'm just dropping him off on the Uber.
Yeah.
We did the same thing to each other. Like
Yeah.
he was sizing me up, I was sizing him up. But until he got in the car and spoke,
Right.
then I realized, oh, bro, actually cool as fuck.
Bruh.
Bro actually goddamn called me for a couple Uber rides and I done dropped because we don't know.
Bro,
So we-
but see, just from that notion alone,
Yeah.
just from black people understanding
yeah.
that is not that's not a normal feeling. That's not a normal feeling. When we see the Indian dude walking down the street, we do not have a good feeling like, bro, we might need to protect ourselves. We might need to, you know what I'm saying?
Because we're not
No,
expect-
we
We're
don't.
not expecting
You
it.
know what I'm saying? Even
Yeah, we're
if
not expecting it.
even if one of us are not even having on a hoodie, so to speak, or a poo shiesty mask, if we dress the same exact way as the Indian, we'll still have a thought,
Yeah, like what's this nigga on?
thank you,
Why?
about what the fuck this nigga could be doing, or
And that's an impulse to often question because like
that's a sickness.
I realize
I know
it's
this-
it's
I-
fear based though, definitely.
Yeah. Yes,
that's what I said.
yes.
That's what I said. We don't fear them. We fear us.
Yes,
So, because I guess in a lot of ways, the depictions of stories, shows, all of these things that they're depicting of us now, they have it wrong. Is like every woman ain't a hoe, every nigga ain't a street
Facts.
nigga, every nigga ain't out here robbing. So
Facts.
why every show that we have is depicting that same narrative and,
And
story?
other countries got that narrative of us because that's how they play.
So now they think that every black person with tattoos and this,
Right.
that, and the third has the same type of ideas, but you're not even realizing this motherfucker's he graduated from Harvard for real.
right. Facts. He's just in the art. He like to express himself in another way. These folks and we when I get to going in on the females and shit like that, bruh, I'm actually attacking
Look,
the,
we love black
the
women.
idea
We love women in
that is
general.
promote. Right. I always have to
love
put that disclaimer
women.
out. I always have to
Love
put
you
it out
too.
because it's, bruh, I'm
Y'all
not one of them
love black
goddamn.
women. Why
Right.
love
I'm a
black
black
women?
women lover.
Y'all love
Like
black women.
nigga, I love y'all to death. What I am attacking is the idea that's promoted to y'all, that's promoted to the world about us. The idea that's promoted to the world about us is y'all just want to have babies and goddamn get on goddamn government assistance and let the government take care of you, and niggas don't want to be in their baby lives. We just want to make them and go. That's the idea I'm attacking. So when I say you bitches, I'm talking about the idea of what's promoted
Sisters
to our
get respect, bitches get what they deserve.
Uh-huh.
Sisters work hard,
Alright.
bitches work your nerve.
right. Fuck you mean.
What?
Fuck you mean. And it's crazy because even the ones that's working your nerve really think they're operating in a right way. Oh, this is how you get your man to understand. This is how you get, you know what I'm saying? This is how you get what you want. You got to put your foot down. You got to, man, no,
It's
you
that-
don't.
It's that constant triggering
No, you
of
don't.
manipulation instead of communication. We're
Facts.
manipulating before we actually communicate and say what's really going
And
on.
that goes down to because like what we said before the cameras came on.
Right.
Black people don't know how to communicate. especially black men. And further than that, they don't know how to decipher between feelings. So, nigga, if you're really jealous of a nigga, which is not bad, by the way, if you're really jealous of a nigga, but you don't understand that jealousy is an okay feeling, or even understand what jealousy is, and you automatically equate it
Envy, you
to
gotta be careful
be
of.
mad, right, or envy or something like that, nigga, you never gonna have a growth period, because everything is automatically taken in a negative light, and you're moving off of it in a negative light, instead of understanding that everything has positive and negative sides to it.
Right.
It's extremes to every situation.
Like if you was to tell me something that I did wrong, right? What I'm trying to learn to tell myself now is to be quiet the child. That's what you need to do. You need to quiet the
Oh, that's
child.
what we just had.
Facts.
Because the child is still living within you. And
Yeah.
a lot of the time, that child comes out whenever you're not understanding why or what's going on.
Facts.
I have to do it often. My brother is probably the person that I probably have the most friction with when it comes to these things. But he's probably the person that I'm probably the most calm with.
Right.
Because I understand that he's always coming from a place of love and not hate. So I listen to him because we done brawled, we done
Right.
talked, we done did all that
Facts.
shit. But at the end of the day, he was always there to help me pick up the pieces.
Right.
He's always gonna be that way. So when he tells me something, it is the sharpest knife I've ever felt in my life, bro. When a nigga tell you something and you know he right, that shit cut deep and you feel it.
But guess what? It only feel that way until you understand accountability and you start looking for the things that you can correct. You don't even start looking at them as faults. You don't start looking at them as goddamn hurt. You look at them as things, as challenges that you're willing to accept to make yourself better.
Right.
Where it's all about perception. That's why the 6 and the 9 analogy, you stand on that side, I stand on this side, I see a 6, you see a 9, both of us are willing to kill about what the fuck we see, because we know we're right. This is why I said it's not always good to be right and wrong, because even if you're right, from my perception, everybody on this side will die and stand behind that this is a 6. Everybody on your side will stand and die behind that is a 9. Bruh, why don't we both just stop trying to make each other wrong and go to the other side? Let me look at this shit from your point of view, bruh. Oh, it is a 9 over here.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, it is a 6 over here.
It's challenging.
Damn, I would have just knocked you out for nothing.
Because you want to know why? Because codes, structures, what people stand on, a lot of times leave them stubborn not to understand. Let's like the gangs. It's the same exact thing. It's the same process.
Yep.
But if we all looked around and see we all black and this, that, and we starting to see it. I ain't gonna say that we not. We starting to see it a little bit.
Facts.
But if we put that shit aside and really see who's really shaking the fucking ant jar. Cause like, look, there was a story that I was reading. It was saying you put red ants and you put black ants in a jar, and don't mess with the jar. They'll be fine until you shake that motherfucker up. They're gonna attack each other.
Right.
That's the same process that's going on with
exactly
that shit. And it's like we got to start recognizing like who started and then stirred this shit up. Because
exactly.
A lot of times that's where the problem is at.
But I'm telling you, bro, they have injected fear so much into our community that, bro, that nigga. That's why I love Charleston White to death.
We watch that motherfucker every day,
bro. I love Charleston White to death.
I can't wait
for
to
the
send one of my shirts.
For the simple fucking fact that what he has done is showed that y'all niggas are not hard. Y'all niggas are not nowhere like close to what you claim to be, because soon as a white man with a badge get in front of your face, you got manners. Soon as a white lady with a gavel get in front of your face, you could tell the truth. This is, bro, y'all a pussy. Y'all a pussy. But the same black woman that you disrespecting that deal with your bullshit every day, you gonna feed her every lie in the book. You gonna goddamn you gonna work your move on her any chance you get.
And that's a psychology too that we don't speak of.
All right.
Because like it goes into I got these hoes, I got that hoe, I got this bitch, I got that bitch. Alright, it's cool to have women that you're entertaining. I'm not taking that away
Fact.
from no nigga because I'm entertaining some women myself.
Facts.
What I don't agree with is like, all right, say you over there, you got your hoes, you comfortable, and you see my lifestyle. I'm not really trying to entertain no hoes, and then you're trying to convince me that I need to incorporate the same lifestyle.
Right. I hate that. I hate that. But you know what? You know what? It's crazy because I said it, bro. It's a niche for this, and the reason why it's a niche for men giving other men game on trying to how to bag women is because that it goes back to the 75% of us are still toxic, and bruh, a lot of men do not know how to goddamn engage comfortably into a conversation or to into any interaction with the opposite sex if it's not sex.
Right.
Niggas don't know how they look like, bro. If I ain't trying to fuck you, I don't know what to
Listen,
do.
I've learned a lot more from women being platonic than
What?
being in a relationship.
Bruh,
I'll be honest
my
with
life has turned around due to that.
you, bro. And in a I've gotten some negatives from platonic situations.
Of
I've
course.
dealt with a chick or dealt with chicks that I was platonic with. It ended up being romantic, and I was like, hold on, wait a minute.
Right.
I don't understand what's going on here. What we doing now? Like, is this a regular thing, or you really trying to pursue a relationship? Confused out my mind for real.
But see that, and see, it's a lot. Like, all right, when it comes to shit like that,
And I'm gonna tell you
it don't be
I hate
as
to cut you off.
confusing.
Like, it's the ones that you've known for a long time platonically.
Mhm.
Secretly, they want to be with you.
Right.
You don't even realize and know it because she never gives you that. She never really tells you until some shit happens. That
Right.
happened to me and it blew my fucking mind. That's why it's like, in a sense, I do have a lot of trust issues when it comes to women because, like, I've had the ones that was friends cross me in fucked up ways.
All right. Now I'm gonna tell you with this. In those situations, even if you felt like they did you dirty, you know what I'm saying, and crossed you out, or intentionally did anything that you wouldn't approve of,
Right.
you had a part to play in that.
Definitely.
You gave them some type of goddamn key. You gave them some type of goddamn code
Now open the
to
door.
enter into your space to allow them to even do that. So a lot of times, and trust me, it took me so hard, such a long time to get to this, bro. Such a long time to take the blame off of anybody else.
Yeah, I'm
because
doing that too.
I
I'm
have
trying to do that too.
once you realize that you have the power to control your life in any way that you want to, bro. Like the situations that arise, you sit back and automatically assess yourself.
Right.
You sit back and automatically assess, where did I go wrong? Where did I not see that I gave them a signal to step over this boundary? See, it's a lot of things. Like, it could have just been body language. It could have, right, and that's what niggas. Thank you. And this is why niggas do not want to do therapy, bro, because a lot of this is gonna take you doing this, all this they did, and it's gonna turn it around on you. And when you gotta sit there and be like, I did this,
because there's no running in therapy.
You can't run.
Victim no more.
Yeah.
no, ain't no victim.
Nah, because you're taking full blown accountability. The first time I sat in the therapy with Jill Ballesteros,
Facts.
first time I sat with Jill, she was like, "Okay, tell me what's wrong."
Mm-hmm.
She didn't talk majority of the time. By the end of the session was done. I was like, "Damn, I'll see you next time."
Right.
And I realized in that moment, oh, this is where I got to do. So this is not even her having. She's just taking note, assessing. But when she came back, she told me now on the second go round, all right, this is what I see that you're doing. This is how I think you should respond. Here goes some coping mechanisms I think you should use.
Right.
Maybe you should voice note on your phone. You seem to like to talk a lot. Talk and vent your stuff out. Like all of these little skills that she gave me, writing the notes down, journaling.
Yeah.
Like, I actually, bro, I got journals like this thick,
Yeah.
composition books this thick at the crib because my thoughts
Right.
tend, like I said, the brain lied to you.
Right.
Go
Of
back-
course.
I can go back in my journal right now to a point to be like, I was tripping. I was
Yep.
completely tripping here. Let me
Facts.
tell you what really, really happened.
Yep.
And now, I take more accountability
Mm-hmm.
because of these things. Because I had to do, like when I was working at the last job I had, they teased me every morning because the first thing I do when I sat down was journal.
Right.
Journal one page to clear my head before I even got on the forklift, did any work.
Yeah.
Man, and they didn't understand like why you write so much.
Yeah.
Because I have a complex brain.
But again,
yeah,
they're still operating out of toxicity. They don't even know. The people who really don't have like the foresight problems, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Problems you could pretty much see from the surface.
Right.
Or if it's not mental, they don't feel like there's no work to do. One thing, what made me and convinced me that nigga, this is something you need to stay in for the rest of your life, is when I learned the scariest human being walking on the planet Earth is an angry black man.
the scariest.
The scariest human being walking on the planet Earth is an angry black man. And when I learned that, and that is not like based on anybody's preference or how they feel about you, this is scientific facts. Down to scientific facts, bro. The scariest person walking the planet Earth is an angry black man. So this goddamn automatically made me understand why. Oh, well, I see why the police shootings are up in our community. It's not so much that we're being targeted or it's racism, nigga. Scientifically, when we get past a certain level,
right,
we're scarier than a fucking bear.
Man.
We're scary as fuck.
Even
don't let us be
They
jacked.
destroy everything around
Don't
us.
let us be in shape. Please don't let us be in shape and we look like we can break some shit. Nigga, they finna kill you off the rip.
Listen, I went to the unemployment office the other day. The white dude was there with a badge, right? In the good. And I had like some water. So I drank my water. He was like, you can't take that in there. I was like, shit, all right. Came back with a bag of chips. You can't have the bag of chips either. He started clutching. I was like, okay, I'm gonna eat this outside. Bro, I said to myself, damn, bro.
But is that.
I'm dressed like this.
Right.
Right. Not even aggressive.
None of that don't mean shit.
That don't mean
Not at
nothing.
all.
Because,
Your skin tone,
bro,
you
it's
know,
scientific. And
Yeah.
then when you understand it's scientifically facts, bro, then you understand why, okay, not only does the white lady goddamn grab her purse a little goddamn closer when she see three niggas.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, when I see three niggas, I'm goddamn like,
Ready to
Let me
clutch
check my
too.
watch.
cause I don't know what the fuck y'all on.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, and you would think that, oh, we're fucked up for thinking of each other like that until you understand science. When you understand that, nigga, okay, well, that is the scare. Then that makes it, oh, well, this is why I react like that.
Right.
Okay, so now I have a base that I can goddamn come to when I'm looking at my brothers.
Right.
So I do not have to be afraid of y'all. I understand this is science. Guess what? You still one of me, bro. Fuck all that other shit. I'm not finna operate out of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And this has allowed me to connect with a lot more people of my culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right now, I got two niggas that are beefing. Like beefing. They both love me to death. They both love me to death, bro. And they both respect the fact that I won't speak down on the other one. And I ain't in the middle of that shit. What? Because, bro, you don't have to bring that shit to me. I'm not bringing it to you. I'm not going to come around you with any of that.
Right.
I'm probably the neutral party for a lot of people. Cause I'm be honest with you, I don't do the beef and shit either. Like,
Yeah.
Like, and because I do music and I run into all types of people,
Right.
especially at the studio when I was working.
I
at
already
Classic.
know.
So when I was working at Classic, I damn sure run into people that didn't like each other, but
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't my personal business. So I never
between
took.
y'all.
Facts.
Between y'all, like I let y'all had it. I ain't finna argue. I don't
Right.
wanna-
Well, I gotta choose between y'all two because y'all two got something going on.
Yeah,
Because
I let y'all
niggas
had it.
are goddamn, all right, let's take this back. Let's break this down a
Not
little bit
two
more.
sides.
Who is the man being raised by these days?
You right.
The women.
You right.
So when you think about it, they ain't got no male influence. It
Okay,
could be,
the
you know what I'm
men
saying? They learning how to handle problems from a woman's standpoint. Women usually react out of emotions, which is okay when you have a balance of that logic in the house as well. You know what I'm saying? So I like when I say women, y'all, you know what I'm saying, react out of emotions. I don't want y'all to feel like it's an attack. That's where y'all supposed to be. That's where y'all like that's where your like strength is. Y'all are inside like the feelings, the vulnerability to being very nurturing. Like that's y'all pocket. That's where y'all thrive at. So when we just speak on the truths that come with that, I don't want it to ever feel like I'm attacking my women, because nigga, y'all are not doing anything wrong. Y'all are doing everything you're supposed to do,
Right.
because
This is
by
by nature.
design of nature,
Yeah.
you're supposed to have a nigga that's worth a damn in that motherfucking same space with you to help you balance that out so it doesn't get out of control.
Right.
And vice versa for the nigga. You can't be so logical
Logical.
that you sitting up here forgetting about the meanings and the real
Or
joys of life.
imagination.
All of that.
It kills creativity
It
too.
kills the creativity.
Because let me tell y'all a movie, and I suggest everybody go watch this movie. I don't care what you believe in.
Mm,
The Sunset Limited.
okay.
Samuel Jackson, Tommy Lee Jones.
Mm,
Please watch that movie at least once. Matter of fact, watch it again,
Mhm.
and then watch it again, and watch
Yeah.
it one more time.
and one of
Every
them.
time I get into a slump and I feel myself starting to go to a space, there's very few movies I go to. I go to Pulp Fiction. That's one
Okay.
of my favorite. That movie, Inception.
Hmm.
There's a couple of movies, The Matrix,
Okay.
to get back grounded to understanding where I'm at. The reason why I like Sunset Limited, because it gives you two perspectives of people walking in two totally forms or different forms of life,
Mhm.
but you actually sit there and get to understand why both of them are right.
Right.
And when I realized, like, you know, it doesn't matter what you believe or how you believe or whatever your thoughts are,
Mhm.
as long as you're comfortable and you have the knowledge to understand it.
And that what I just said. Like, bro, we like my therapy. Where we at now? Getting rid of the right and wrong. Getting rid
There
of,
is
bro.
no
It's
right and
it.
wrong.
Fuck being right or wrong. It's so and
Everybody
then
right.
one thing. Well, one thing I can say.
Everybody right.
One thing I can say is that we in our culture, bro, especially in our relationships, we take what our partner does as an attack on us personally.
True.
So when I say that, we in a relationship, boom, shawty might go and cheat.
Ain't got nothing to do with
We automatically get mad.
Yeah.
Bitch, you.
Ain't got nothing
What I done learned to start doing, bro.
Sabi said it. He
What-
said his wife cheated on
Bro,
him.
but what I done learned to start doing at this time is to, when I'm in situations like that, I'll take my feelings up out of it. Because my feelings are just a part of what grew along with this. Let me take my feelings up out of it, because if
Right.
this is something real, then we started off as friends. I need to go check on my friend. Something wrong with my friend.
Okay.
Something is going on with my friend,
Okay.
because it's not a reflection of me. Especially if you know in your mind, I haven't done nothing. I'm still working and doing everything that I feel like we agreed upon in this situation. Then you need to go check on your friend, because even if you thinking like that, maybe you have been neglecting them. Through their feelings. Maybe you haven't connected with them emotionally. Maybe they wanted to express something, but they thinking about your feelings, and when you got off from work, you looked so tired, so they just didn't even want to bring it
Bro,
up.
I'll be
But
honest with
by
you.
nobody checking on them, this is where they have ended up.
That's completely happened to me. So that's why I get so frustrated in moments of where, cause like, bro, to be real with you, bro, I done had all kind of silly shit done happen between
Right.
me and the significant other in the past. Like I said, I
Mhm.
don't want to disclose too much because I don't want her to look at this and look at me attacking her, because I
Right.
really and truly have love for her and love for the fact that she carried my child. Number one.
Facts.
Let's, because that's one thing that I feel like a lot of people got fucked up with me. Like when it comes to her as a person and
Mhm.
the popularity that she carries
Mhm.
versus like our real life.
Right.
Like I think a lot of times like people tend to still feel like you, like if and that's another thing. If I went to school with y'all in high school and this, that, and third, I am a completely different human being.
Of
intellectually.
course.
Please don't put me in that same pocket and just approach me a little bit different than
Mhm.
you've approached me in the past. That's
Facts.
it. And it's the same thing with the situation when dealing with the person that I was with.
Mm-hmm.
It was, we disconnected, and it was because of us losing what we lost,
Right.
which was children.
Right.
So like, if anybody that lost children, you definitely understand the feeling of disconnecting from the partner. When you
Mhm.
disconnect from the partner, it's like you don't say anything.
Right.
You really don't really even do anything. You just kind of just be like, you know what? I gotta kind of focus on me now. I
Yeah.
gotta build. My whole thing was I'm finna go to this studio. I'm finna work at Classic. I'm finna record these niggas every day. I was doing that.
Right.
I was in grind mode, hustle mode.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to ignore my feelings completely.
Right.
That's what a lot of people didn't realize. In the midst of me losing these kids, I got all this success in front of me, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm having to try to deal with it. But at the same time, I'm failing at my home life.
Right, because like at the end of the day, like I tell everybody, there's no way you could be successful in your career if you can't be successful in your. And what that means is, nigga, hone into yourself. There's no way. I tell my kids all the time, there's no way I could be the best daddy if I don't check on myself, if I don't maintain this human who is your daddy.
Hmm.
That means that comes with daddy time. That means daddy don't need to be around nobody. Daddy is recharging. Daddy is goddamn thinking of plans. Daddy is getting things together for the days ahead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
Because
certain
we
times.
as men, and I hate to cut you off.
No, you good.
As men, when we grow, right, we grow up to a point to where when we're in our logical brain, we start to realize like, damn, they might not be here tomorrow, and
Right.
damn, yesterday just left.
Mhm.
Yeah, all I got is this current moment, and in these moments, I'm trying to appreciate everything that I have because. In a second, because Joe Button said it the other day, and it hit me when he said it. Because at the moment he said it, it was just like right on point.
Mhm.
In a second, this shit could be done,
Yeah.
gone. You wouldn't even know that it's over.
Mhm.
And I am very appreciative and grateful every day for when I wake up.
Facts.
Every day.
Facts.
Because of that same movie I was telling you, the Sunset Limited.
Yeah.
I watched the movie and my intellect just instantly changed because I started to realize like, damn, I'm just not the same person anymore. Matter of fact, my sense for time and my energy changed as well. Like
Mhm.
I tell you a story. I don't tell like the exact date, but
Mhm.
like there was a time in February where, my child was conceived, and I
Mhm.
felt it. I felt the time period coming back up,
Okay.
and I didn't know, so I, called my kid's mom. Hey, when, I'm got a question. Like, when was son conceived? It was the day before my kid was conceived. I felt a presence. I can't tell you exactly what it was, but
Mhm.
that particular date sits with me like it's my birthday. I
Mm.
don't like detach from that date. I always use that as a reflective day, and I always make sure every time that date come around every year,
Mhm.
I always try to make sure that I do something with my child,
Right.
enjoy my child, because there was something in the energy that I felt in that particular day that changed
Mhm.
my life forever. I was never the same after that point.
That's what's up. That's what's up. But I'm glad you at least at that point to have that awareness, to have that wherewithal to actually like concentrate and have a positive inside of such a detrimental time because so many of us go the other way.
Right.
So many of us go the other way. It's been I know, and just from example, I've always said that if something was to happen, Lord no, to any of my children, bro,
Right.
I would probably just black out and want the world to feel that pain, like the world. I would because nigga, I don't have no understanding. These are the people that I'm doing this shit for. Now this is like my motivation. So like when people like lose kids and stuff, I'm just like I don't. I feel like the universe really does handpick the people that they choose to go through certain shit, bro. It's certain shit I can't be in front of no racist white person right now and feel like I won't get off.
Yeah.
I feel like, bro. One of the craziest things I tell my homeboy all the time, bro. I don't know why, but before I die, I want to goddamn load up. I want to have all my legal firearms with me, a lot of ammo and all of that, and I want to walk through a sundown town.
Mm.
I I do. I just want to walk through a sundown town. I dare you. I dare you. I like
Wow.
it's just certain, and I don't, and I'm not saying that's right. I really feel that's just me operating
I
and
think I
still some
think
of
I
the
was
little.
in one the other day. It's a crazy Uber story. I don't even know if I should tell it, but fuck it. Alright, so I pick up this lady.
Yeah.
I picked up her friend. They was doing a lot of things.
Okay.
Involved in a lot of things.
Right.
So she was telling me about grants and things that I could do for business and this, that, and third. But what I realized, she couldn't hold the liquor too good. So I was talking to her. I was like, letting her know what I do on Uber, and if you need an extra ride, just call me here. So she ended up calling me back. Bro, I usually when I do an Atlanta ride going out, bro, I get paid a healthy amount. I won't say how much she paid me, but she paid me damn near like I was going to Atlanta just to stay in the city. And what I appreciated about the moment was I went, because it's like the spot like right here off Browns Road. They ain't that far. And bruh, I said to myself, I was like, damn, I'm literally in the middle. I see the flags. I was like, yeah, I know where I'm at. When I walked in the room, it felt like fucking Pulp Fiction. Like when they was in the motherfucking goddamn, it felt like it for a second. I said, hold on, let me make sure I got my fire.
Right.
All right, what all I got?
Right.
I can't say too much. I don't want to look too. All right. How y'all do? But it was, it wasn't bad. It was cool.
Right.
But it felt like that when I walked, because you can see the community and you could kind of tell the energy of the folks that was there, because it was tight knit. It was like it wasn't a whole lot of space. This is like a whole big ass field. You might got a trailer here, and there's a trailer down here. You start to see the setup of it. You start to be like, damn. All right. So yeah, I am in some territory that kind of look and feel.
I feel you. But I ain't even gonna lie. In certain situations like that, I kind of like racist people. I kind of like them for the simple fact of you don't get too much authentic real from people now.
Right.
Even
like
from your own people.
Me who you are,
right. I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that. Right. I never got to guess.
It's your homeboy that's worried about.
Thank you. It's the niggas that claim they'll ride to the end of the world with you and goddamn kill everybody in front of the motherfucker for you that you got to worry about.
Is that racist motherfucker probably gonna help me fight? That motherfucker.
Right, like if it really came down to it, nigga, and he gave me his word that, bruh, all right, now we finna put our differences to the side and do this. Right. I would believe him 1,000% more than I would believe the nigga that I got to question if you trying to hit my baby mama on the side of that.
And bruh, I have this same exact situation with recurring people. Like there's recurring people that come in my life for certain reasons, and what I do to address it now, I be kind to your ass. I'm be kind, but in the back of my mind, I know you don't fuck with me like that. I be kind to motherfuckers all the time, but the day you cross, you gonna meet the devil.
I feel you. And see, with me, bro, it's kind of like, because I know I go there, I kind of going back to Kevin Gates. One of the things I always remember that he said in one of the interviews, it was if you need to have a gun, where you going, why you going there?
Exactly.
If you need to have a gun with where you're going, why are you going there? And that made so much sense to me. That made so much fucking sense to me. It was just like, why would you prepare and actually like curate your energy to go into something that you're battling with that could be life or death?
Right. And I think the psychology behind like firearms in general is just misconstrued. It's for protection, but it's not for you to prepare.
Thank you.
It's not made for that, man.
See, we done went from protection to prepare.
It shouldn't even be there everywhere you going.
Because it's almost like an impulse thing. When there's danger or something that's truly needing to be like rectified.
Right.
It's not.
Right.
Why do you have it?
Right.
And then always.
And if you always gotta take it, that means you're the common denominator.
Yeah. That means you right. You have the energy with you. Yeah. You have it with you. So eventually, like one thing I like. I agree. I feel like everybody should have the right. Well, not everybody, but most people should have the right to like bear arms. All right. But I also responsibly. It's so much shit that like, all right, with the Ja Morant shit. Mm-hmm. I have not heard one person look at it from the gun safety standpoint. I've heard people look at it like, bro, you allowed to have your gun. This is Memphis. Why wouldn't you have a gun? It's not illegal to have a gun. It's registered and all that. Bro, first of all, none of that is the reason why this nigga is in hot water. First of all, bro, you're online doing all of this with the gun. First of all, nigga, I come from when, like, I went through the training. I went through training 101.
Yeah.
First thing the instructors tell you is to treat every firearm as if it is loaded. Why the fuck are you on live doing all of this shit? This is why, like, people goddamn will look at it from that, but not look at it from the safety standpoint.
Yeah.
Do we not? Do we need to pull up all of the videos that we got of people playing with guns and it goes off?
Let's just say exactly, and he was sitting on live and he blows his fucking brains out on fucking live.
Not everybody got there. Oh, we done lot. Why are we not nipping this in the bud now, bro? You do not handle firearms that way, sir. They are not a commodity. They are not a prop for your Instagram live, nigga.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
But that goes back to the drill shit. Like, and like I said, I'm not even blaming drill because, like I said, drill is a culture and a movement with music that just correlates with the streets.
Right.
Drill is not the cause of why motherfuckers is out here killing niggas.
Right. It's the toxic niggas out here.
Niggas is
Facts.
It's the toxic everybody.
It's toxic bitches. It's the toxic everybody. Like you said, it's the toxic
so
everybody.
At the end of the day, like I said, I've never been neglectful with the firearm. I just been probably in the wrong place with the firearm and been told to leave the premises.
Mm-hmm.
But I never was neglectful with the firearm. I never shot anybody. And like I said, I have a whole condition behind
Facts.
me with it. And I even chose to make sure that I take further responsibility by asking questions. Like, I asked a lot of questions before I even got me a weapon. I thought about it several different times. I went about it different ways before I even decided to choose to get a weapon. And why I chose to get a weapon had nothing to do with nobody.
Right.
I felt like at this point in time, at this age,
you need to be protecting yourself, right?
You
can walk in, like, a lot of people get this shit and they get it for the ops or whatever,
I
right?
To be on a damn
nigga,
video showing
bruh, do we not see what happened in Walmart down in Texas?
Mm-hmm.
Had one of those people had a firearm on them, they probably could have saved a couple of people in there. Probably not everybody. But they could have probably saved more than what was taken from us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? One thing that I've always been, like, I like walking. I like going in nature, bro. Nigga, nature is nature. When you're walking in nature, you can't expect nature to clear out its path for you. So that means you have wild animals out there. You have goddamn packs of animals that hunt. Like, bro, this is what you would need firearms for. Niggas don't even, if I ask a nigga what he got a firearm for, like, defending himself against a pack of wild animals ain't even a thought. Ain't even a thought, because that ain't what I got it for. I got it to smoke a nigga acting crazy.
But
which is crazy, which should also tell you still broken.
But then I realized too, and my brother say this shit too all the time, niggas don't want to feel no hands. That what it is. Like, niggas would rather goddamn pull the.
It's not that. I feel it's not the hands, bro. It's the embarrassment. Niggas are running off of ego, and now they know in this day that we in, every fight that happen, phones are out. Phones are out. If you get your ass whooped, you just don't get your ass whooped for that day, nigga. That shit finna be a trending topic for the next couple weeks. For the next couple weeks. Right. You gonna always be the butt of the joke. Like, it's no longer about just taking an ass whooping and live to fight another day. Nigga, it comes along with embarrassment, what goes against the male ego, which we operate off of.
Let's be honest, we done seen some people that we know that got names and brands that have been put on blast for shit.
Of course.
Embarrassed on the motherfucking Facebook because motherfuckers just trying to out them.
I'm telling you,
that shit for real.
Yes.
And
yeah,
I've seen it plenty of times, and I be like, bro, this so fucked up that y'all just jumping on this one person or this at one time. Now all of a sudden, now y'all got this issue with this person, but you wasn't afraid to do it. You was afraid to do it before, but now you got this bravery to get behind the
again, which goes back to what I just said. Niggas is pussy. Niggas, a lot of niggas is pussy. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, they won't move without a gang. They won't tell the truth without a gavel, and they won't goddamn do anything right without a badge in their face.
And in this
Nigga,
life,
niggas
bro,
is
I
pussy,
realized,
bro.
bro, I'm not gonna be sitting myself afraid or cause, bro, I was paranoid for like a couple years for real. Like I've literally had threats on me for real.
Yeah, oh yeah. We talked about that.
Like,
Yeah,
like,
I feel
for
you.
real. And I'm like, I don't play too funny about threats because I done had situations to where, I didn't end up coming out great on the other side of shit.
Facts.
I crashed out. I did some dumb shit. I have.
Right, I feel you.
And that was all out of ego because I didn't know myself. Because
Facts.
I'm sitting there trying to be tough.
You're right.
Trying to be hard.
Right. We trying to goddamn match the energy that the environment is providing.
Exactly.
And the bar to match the energy is don't let nobody play with you. Nigga, if somebody play with you, stand on business, go handle that.
Yeah.
Ain't nowhere in here we talking about, nigga, if you feel some type of way, go talk to your brother. Get an understanding. Ain't none of that going on.
Nope.
Nah, even in the same game. Oh shit, y'all niggas get in the middle and swap that shit out. Why the fuck does it have to always come back to being violent? Because the black person identifies with pain and aggression more than anything else on the planet.
And then that's the thing, bro. That's the thing that I try to gravitate to get away from the most.
Yep.
Is the aggression part, but it just doesn't seem like it because I'm a small dude, bro. Niggas be trying, bro. It's
Bro,
like,
of course.
bro, I will fold your big ass up.
But guess what? But guess what? It's gonna start.
Bro.
It'll start getting better. It'll start getting better with the intentional, with more intentional shit going on. Cause like you say, it should for you to be in a place where a person is gonna come at you and their whole intent is to try you off of your demographic just alone.
Or just because,
that's not an intelligent person.
Right, or just off the demographic alone, or just because, you might have heard or known something about me. That's another thing that we got to start doing. What you know me, what I did in 2012, what I did in 2015 is dead. It's
right, that shit over with. That shit over with.
Current moment, judge me off of what you see me doing right now.
Facts.
This is how people operate, just like my brother would tell me.
Right, because people do not know. Like if you haven't been in my life to understand my journey, then the only thing I have of you is the last memory of where we had an exchange at.
Right.
So the last memory of where I had an exchange, you was on some fuck shit, nigga.
Yep.
You was on some fuck shit. So even though you done all this transformation and you done work and maybe you are in a place, a healthy, thriving place, the minute I see you, the thought comes back to he on some fuck shit. So now I'm approaching you with that energy, and we as being the ones who have changed,
right,
we have to understand that that's okay. I have to break the new seal to you right now. Like me as a person of what I left you with, it's on me to break the new seal. If I feel like, even if I feel like you're worth me even showing that to.
And bro, that is the hardest thing for me to do today because I've made a trail of mistakes. But I said this too. I'm standing on. I'm not gonna change my voice.
Facts.
I'm not gonna change because at the end of the day, I've made those mistakes. I can stand on it. I can apologize for it. But
right.
If you don't accept the apology, and you always feel like I'm in a place of disrespect, and you take my comedic, like something I said on Facebook, or something I said on Instagram, or something I said cryptic to heart, and you don't come talk to me about it,
right?
That's up to you and whatever you depict from the post.
Facts.
I can't sit there and live and dwell in anybody's sorrow or bitterness because they're angry at me. I can't live like that. I've lived like that so long to the fact of where I realized I was at the peak of insanity. Like I had to figure out a way of getting away. I had to go outside more. I had to exercise more. I had to do whatever I had to do to get away from the situation because not only was a lot of this shit embarrassing, a lot of it was never really rectified or talked about. So since it's not, we don't want to talk about it because it's too sensitive. Let's go on and move forward. And as you try to move forward, people always that are hurt always will come back and say, well, you did this at this distant time, so I don't know if I can trust you to do this.
Exactly.
And I'm like, okay, well, if you don't trust me to do whatever, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to just offer, this is what I have.
Right.
This is what I'm going to give. And I'm going to pull myself out of the situation because I had to learn as a healthy black man, as a black man that's growing, as a black man that's wanting to have a woman that is gonna appreciate me and the type of man that I am,
Right.
I can't always put the responsibility of how I'm feeling from my past and look for someone to heal me. I gotta heal myself.
Exactly. Thank you. And I'm glad you said that, because this is where I feel like a lot of us go wrong right here. Because we will get in a relationship and we turn our woman into our therapist. We turn our woman into our goddamn, our punching bag, our goddamn release system for all the bullshit that we're bringing from the world. We just pour it all on her, but
Yeah.
then turn around and get mad when she not feminine.
Yeah, and
Then turn around and get mad when she can't give you what a woman is supposed to
exactly,
give.
and I failed at that. That was
We've all failed. We've all
I
failed.
definitely failed at that. But when I figured it out, it was too late.
Well, for that situation.
Yeah,
Well,
that- so,
for
yeah,
that specific
so
situation.
it was
Yeah.
too late, and I mean, it happened a couple of times after that. But I had to learn and put my head to figure it out. But then I also realized too, like when you are in a dynamic of a relationship, you got to also take into account that other person have feelings and things going on with
Facts.
themselves too. So just like you feel what you feel, they may feel it a whole totally different way.
But where I'm at now,
Uh-huh.
it's like we need to be on a communicative path about that, because a lot of times the non-communication about certain feelings at certain times is what brews the bigger blow-ups
Let me
that
challenge you
happen.
right quick. So what do you do in a sense of where you're trying to communicate, you're trying to be a man that's logical, time and time again,
Right.
but the person chooses to put themselves in a place for it not to be a healthy communication?
All right, I'm gonna answer you right here. At that time, you have to express that. Look, all right, I've been trying to come to you to express whatever it is. You told me that you're not in a space. For us to even move forward in a healthy position, this conversation needs to be had. So until this conversation can be had between the both of us, I will be focusing solely on myself. And see, and there a lot of times this is gonna start to go left. This is where people cannot take it, because we are so used to having. Well, first of all, we as humans get addicted to patterns. So even if like she's tired of you, nigga, she still is in a pattern of your energy being in the house at a certain time. She's still in a pattern of, damn, this nigga usually texts me around this time. Damn, he usually like, even she can be fully like, I don't like you. Her patterns are gonna start to kick in. And this is where a lot of us double back, because we don't understand that, damn, I'm going through a pattern withdrawal, instead of, I love that person so much. You don't love that. Y'all don't even have a same understanding. If you sit back and really just take your feelings out of it and put what y'all have in front of you, you wouldn't take that from nobody else in the world.
That's some real shit for you. I don't fall in love.
Okay.
There's no such thing as fall in love for me.
Mm-hmm.
A person can have love.
Mm-hmm.
I can have love. When we come together, we share it. That's
Facts.
That's peace.
Yeah.
That's the piece.
Right. I understand
So
that.
at the end of the day, if I'm always operating into falling into something with a person, and then we're operating in this space to where it's like we competing with a give or take, we taking notes on who did what when.
Nah, that's toxic, then.
We following every holiday, and we following every. We're not really experiencing each other at all
Right.
on a human side.
Right.
We're only experiencing just a quarter of that person, and then we got to go to work, and then we got to be a person here, and then we got to be a person here, and then we got to be parents. So at the end of the day, you're not truly getting to learn a person when you're in a space of always having to compete with that. When are we
Right.
going to get surface level?
I feel that, and this is why, like, these last few years after my last relationship, like, I didn't want a relationship. And the people I have in my life now, they're on their own personal journeys as well to get their life better. So in times where it's like, I need my time, I need to sit back and just cut the world off for a week.
Yep.
I don't have to get these calls. Why the fuck your phone right now? Why the fuck, girl?
Yeah.
You understand where I'm at now. I will. if we are on that understanding, I will probably give you a heads up. Look, I'm going through some stuff right now. I'm just finna fall back for a while. It's nothing personal. I just
Right.
need to recharge. I might give you that, but if I don't give you that, I don't need you to look at me as if I did something negative to you. Because that's what it always turns out to. Oh, you didn't pick up your phone. I ain't heard from you in 3 days. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. Yeah, we're talking about you. You once to ask why I had to cut the world off. You wants to ask your friend what's wrong.
Yeah.
A lot of people will show you that they're only in your life for them
Yeah.
through through talking. Just let them talk.
Rocket, I'll be honest with you, bro. Like, that's happened to me for real. Like, and I had to realize, like, a lot of my relationships that I was building with people, little did I know, it was transactional.
Yeah, of course. It's always, but you know what? Don't be afraid of that because it's always transactional. Even if it's a fair exchange of energy.
Yeah.
That's
I had
transactional.
to realize, like, there's going to be people in your life that's going to be nice and do things for you, but have no intention of really fucking with you at all.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's the people that you sit in front of that teach you the lesson. I give you something real. Extendo. I met him.
Okay. Yeah.
Fire producer.
Right.
Fire engineer. Fire. His music fire. Everything.
Right.
We were talking the other day. I got him to put some stuff on my computer. Lo and behold, we still had some little issues with the computer, but it was on my fault basically.
Right.
So I did all that, but he told me something that just sat with me. And, you know, he was like, so, you know, what's your process of doing this, and that, and the third? And I was telling him the process, and he was like, hold up, bro. You ain't supposed to tell me that. And I was like, dang, bro, what you mean? He was like, don't give him the sauce, that's yours. You got to make him pay for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, bro, little bro, he don't got as much as me, but he younger than me, but he see the principle.
The business side of it. And really, I'm going to tell you why that's a good way to do it. Because if you come to me, Slim, shit getting kind of hard right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? The next couple beats, I'm going to need, like, you know, just a leasing fee on them or something. I ain't going to have no problem. I ain't going to have no problem because you mean something to me as a person.
Right.
And I respect you as a person.
Right,
and if
right.
I respect you as a person, I cannot neglect what you just came and told me and then personalize it and be, oh, this nigga changed and he want to charge me for beats now. Niggas goddamn ain't keeping it real.
And that's the issue that I had a lot of time. It was just like, it's not the beats. We know the beats is the beats. All of it, to be real with you, the whole business of selling beats and making beats, it's air. We're selling air technically. Bro.
Right.
Like, for somebody to come in and like my piece of art in any form, I appreciate it. But I also realized that in the midst of me doing this too, it doesn't necessarily always have to be an exchange of money. Services.
Right.
We can exchange ideas.
Thank
we
you.
can put ideas. We can collaborate and it actually becomes something.
Yes.
But I didn't know how to collaborate a lot of time because, like I told you, I've had these poor relationships with people where I'm paying for this, I'm paying for that. I feel like I'm doing everything, and then they're not holding their weight. And
Of course.
I've had to foot the bill plenty of times with plenty of people that I work with. But I wasn't tripping. There was people that paid. There was
Right.
ones that didn't. It was motherfuckers that came, bought a lease, but didn't finish paying for the lease. It was motherfuckers that bought track outs and paid me nothing for the track outs.
Right.
So I've been through it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I paid for consultations. I paid for this, that, and third. I paid.
Mm-hmm.
But I also had to realize, too, that in me doing this in this pursuit, in this journey, these things are going to happen.
Yep.
So you're going to have to, like, get yourself in a space to recognize that, you know what, it's all right to not be perfect at everything.
Right.
Not to, you know, mess up with this relationship. Oh, this person did you wrong. You remember it, but you don't
Right.
hold no grudge towards it. Because
Facts.
bro, we live in one life. Everybody damn near confused a lot of times.
Hell yeah.
If somebody did something wrong 10 years ago, bro, I'm not holding on to that
Hell
shit.
no,
bro.
that shit, it's going to have too much effect on me more than it does on
Yeah,
you.
and
And
I'm
then
like-
when you realize, like, only 10% of the people that you give information to actually take it, use it,
Right.
and then implement it,
Right.
you will understand why you got to pay me for my information. Now, 90% of y'all are just here just to hear it.
Yeah,
Y'all are just here just to hear
the
it.
science
Y'all
behind
right?
this
Y'all don't
shit.
care about nothing else.
How many takes I had to do to record the
Thank
motherfucker.
you.
Like they don't take that into account. The room where you recording that, like it's so many, man. If I broke down the
Alright.
science to motherfuckers,
Alright, you know I know.
Come
You
on.
know I'm here with you.
Because
Trust me.
they just, and I realize people just don't get the process, and
Right.
I'm not mad at somebody for not caring about the process, but I have to tell people, and this is my number one pet peeve, and I'm gonna tell people, I do not like remaking beats. If you got a beat off YouTube, I'm gonna direct you to go
Oh
to
my
that
God.
producer,
Right,
that
and just
made
pay
the
him.
beat,
Just
and
pay him.
that producer,
Pay him.
because bro, if you're taking away the essence of what you heard,
Right.
so basically, if I'm having to sit there and waste time going to go try to remake this whole entire beat,
Recreate
and
this
sometime-
man art.
and sometimes without payment, I don't want to do it. I don't like remaking shit. I have
Alright.
my own style. I have
Facts.
my own way of producing.
Facts.
Y'all don't go to Pharrell and tell him to go remake a YouTube beat.
They don't know how to contact for real.
You don't go to goddamn Southside and have him remake.
They
a
are
beat.
not even trying to even contact him. He wants money. He wants what he wants, and these folks know that people on these levels, I wouldn't even dare hop in their inbox, even talking about such as could I get this for this and no nigga. If I put on my goddamn page that my beats are 5,000 per lease, nigga, you should not contact me unless you have 5,000 for a lease,
And
nigga.
that's just what it is. And,
Point blank period.
And that's where I'm at with it. So it's like, that's why I hadn't put no beats up on YouTube. People was asking me, well, where your beats at? The reason why I hadn't did it, because, like, to be honest with
I
you,
got them in the Dropbox.
Exactly. So let me tell you, a lot of people messed up too, bro. I had so many people attached to this email, bro. Attached to this one Dropbox. It got to a point to where it's just like, bro, I just probably got Rocket and maybe one or two other people on there.
Yeah. I was, you know me. Every time you send that Dropbox, I'm going through that motherfucker.
Bro, I still got all of them folders. What I did was there would be time periods. Remember I told you I'm gonna have it up for like a month and a half.
Uh-huh.
Make a whole nother batch.
Yep.
And I'm gonna upload them. That's what I do. So I still got beats. I still got shit piled up. But the reason why I wasn't releasing it, because why am I releasing it to deaf ears?
Right.
Nobody's not hearing it. I ain't got no song with no artist. It ain't got no. I'm not putting it in for no placement. Nothing
Right.
like that. Why do I just got this? Why do I got these beats?
Right.
Bro, I got so many beats, bro, that if I went through it and probably took a few sounds out, I probably could submit it to a TV placement and get paid.
Of course.
The only thing that I struggled with was trying to figure out the process of doing that. That was it.
Right.
I didn't want to do the process.
It's always the information. It's just
That was
always the information of how to get to said place.
Yeah.
Like, bro, and that's why, like, even on the last track, the ignorant track, bro.
Right.
Like,
That shit
I
hard, by the way,
took,
too.
I wanted that to be a project for me to actually show people that what would happen if you just concentrate on one song for at least 6 months.
Right.
Like that, like if people remember that run, nigga, I went to off the porch, in the apartment. I was up in goddamn Delaware at the Firefly Festival. I was everywhere, and the only thing I was promoting was ignorant. Now I go back and look at my analytics. Crazy. Now I got the shit that look like an artist. You got shit from up north. You got some plays from over here. These are all organic. I haven't actually put in for the digital promotion. My promotion has been the footwork.
Yeah.
My promotion has actually been
And-
getting to these places.
And to be honest with you, that's what's gonna pay you first before the digital shit, because
Facts.
the digital shit is just gonna enhance what your footwork is already doing.
Facts.
And motherfuckers don't understand that. That's why I got frustrated with the process of trying to tell people do the artist development thing, even though it's in my heart to develop artists. It is. Motherfuckers want to go record the song, roughly mix, no master. They want me as the recording engineer to not only record but mix, master the song. Then we gotta shoot the video. I'm holding a lot of hats. I'm not doing all of that.
Bruh.
The process of recording engineering is for that recording engineer to record. Then it goes to a mixing engineer. Back in the day, I'm talking about the
Right.
process of how it go. Then it goes to the mixing engineer. Then it goes to a mastering engineer. That's 3 different hats.
Right.
There's motherfuckers that's trying to wear all 3 and can't do all 3.
Facts.
And it's
Facts.
okay if you just fire at mix it and just don't master. It's okay.
But this is why people will never like figure out their true potential, their full true potential, because your full true potential is going to be cultivated with a team. It's going to be cultivated with a team, and when you find out that now you have a team that is mobile and that's really doing things for
Right.
you, your first concern should be compensation for your team.
Right.
But when we start like that's where the conversation stops with a
Mm.
lot of people. Oh, wait a minute, you talking about money now? Oh, I'm trying to get some money. You definitely are not moving in the way of money. Everybody knows it's the oldest saying: it takes money to make
Make
money.
money.
It
Mm-hmm.
takes money to make money.
Yeah.
So for the fact that you're not trying to put any money out to get any money back, what do you really think you're finna get back?
You're not
Even
getting
when
nothing.
you slave yourself to a job, nigga, they tell you, give me 2 weeks before I give you anything.
Right.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all niggas? Like we are. That's why I say we are very sick. We are very sick for some of the like most plain black and white shit for us to feel like we have another way around it.
But like I said, it's the education, and I'm not gonna say that like we had people in the community like, cause back in the day when I first was starting to do production back in 2010, my mentor Era Funk C, shout out to Funk literally held these beat battles. That's how I got on the scene.
Okay.
So when I was at the beat battles, I was probably me and Bezo Beats.
Yeah.
Not the one from, because I know that we get their names. It's Bezo and it's Bizzo.
Bizzo, right?
So-
Bizzo, my nigga, the one that do young boy shit. The one who
Nah, that's the other one. I'm talking about Bizzo.
Oh, you talking about Bizzo?
Bizzo,
Okay,
yeah.
I know
So
Bizzo.
me
Yeah.
and Bizzo was in the battles, but Bizzo was dope. He done did stuff for Rockefeller.
Yeah,
and all of that.
yeah. Most definitely.
And I got to compete against him in the battles.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? He was always better, obviously, but that was how I got inspired. I still speak to him on and off up
Right.
to this day.
Mhm.
But what we had back then was more people that was in the industry that had the experience that could teach about the business side. So
Mhm.
what they ended up doing was they taught us about split sheets and this, that, and the third.
Facts.
The problem was when it came to doing the split sheet work, nobody did it. So that's why it was hard to really distinguish who you was gonna work with, because you don't know who's really doing the industry work and who's not.
Right.
There's been plenty of artists that I've recorded dope shit with. We hadn't done the split sheet. We just did it based off verbal, but nothing to me came from it, because it's just like I can't sit here. I can sit here and give you the song off Apple Music, but I can't tell you that I got any publishing checks for any of the songs.
Right.
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? You're probably the closest person that I've come to working with that knew exactly the whole process of, well, hey, what's your BMI number? What's your ASCAP?
Right.
Nobody asked me that.
I always ask folks that. I always ask folks that. Now, like, especially like these last 3-4 years, man, what is your numbers? What is your number? Because that lets me know right there if this situation is gonna be serious or not.
Right.
That like just that little bit that is free to do. So if you won't even do nothing for free to get yourself
No sound
legitimized,
scan, what we doing? Like, and like my mentor
Come
used to get
on.
on me. Funk used to get on me all the time. He's like, bro, like how you do these songs with these cats, but you ain't really doing the work. Like, you good, we know you good, but do the work.
yep,
And he used to get on me about that all the time. So now, in the process, in the hindsight of me doing that, that's what I've been preparing myself for. I've been rebuilding purposely and taking my time purposely, because I'm not rushing the process. I know the process now after
Facts.
failing so many times. So now my goal is with production. Like I told you, I would love to do a 7-song project with every last one of these niggas from around here.
Facts.
Just to show the fact that I can produce projects. I'm
facts.
looking forward to it, but I'm real particular, and I wanna work with somebody that I know that's gonna want to be as dedicated as I am.
Exactly, and that's what I was going to tell you
Yeah.
about, like the artist development thing. Like, bro, you just got to find an artist
Yeah.
that wants
And
to be
younger
developed.
artists, yeah, like
That wants to be developed. You can't have these artists who feel like, nigga, I'm the shit. I post on my Instagram. I got 30K. You can't tell me shit. Like, nah. But one thing I do want to say, when you were saying about the business side after the music is made, shout out to this nigga named No Scam. What his name is? Nah, he go by Corey Bailey now. He used to go by No Scam or something like that. Corey Bailey now. But he put up a little thing a couple of weeks ago, and he said he didn't care how artists felt about it, and he didn't care if he lost business behind it. But with booking with him, you have to book an extra hour. And he said the reason being is because that last hour is going to be for the POA of what y'all are going to do to get the business behind this music. Y'all gonna sit down, y'all gonna get the BMI right. Y'all gonna sit down, y'all gonna get the sound scan right. We gonna sit down, we gonna talk about the damn,
Yeah.
well, what's the process of the promo.
Shout out to
That
Philly.
is some shit that I have to salute, nigga.
Yeah.
Because nigga, bruh, that's gonna cut out an ass
Of
of
bullshit.
bullshit
So I know
right there.
exactly what you're going to do and how I'm gonna handle
Exactly.
the process. So now, oh, you just wanted to be just a rapper on. So now when I go sell it to such and such over there, you can't feel no kind of way.
Fuck you mean.
That wasn't your intention.
Fuck you mean.
Bro, you know how many records I done did with people that they didn't want to.
Of course.
They didn't want to.
Of course. And even though, yeah, you probably getting paid for the studio time and shit like that. But come on, bro. We live in a society where, like I say, it costs to have the human experience, bro.
Right.
It costs to breathe out this
like
motherfucker.
when you lock in with somebody, like how we locked in. When you lock in with somebody and you cool with them and y'all do music, that's fine. That's not the part that messes it up. What messes up the dynamics of a relationship when you working with somebody is when y'all don't have the understanding of what's to come next.
Yep.
Like, you could tell me all day we got this going on, that going on, but if I'm not seeing how it's working for me, then it's going to be one of those things to where it's going to come off like I'm being selfish, but it's like I'm not understanding how this is going to push my career forward.
Exactly.
That
Exactly.
was the problem that I had with a lot of my exchanges.
Exactly.
Why are we doing this? Are we doing this to do videos? What are we doing with the videos? What is the message that we're having? What is the branding? And motherfuckers just clearly didn't want to do the work.
Is that because they don't they look at the era that we're in now, and they just want to go viral. They just feel like if they go viral, they'll make it. And I'm sorry, like, bro, it rarely happens after you go viral, you make it. Like the period girl, she was like one of the last people to go viral, and then a situation happened from that.
Right.
A lot of people who go viral, it's a mistake. Like they've been doing the same thing. They just caught the algorithm at the right time. You know what I'm saying? Now, the people that you continuously see go viral, they have a plan. These folks have a plan written down every single day. I'm posted at this time. I might throw a couple clips in down here, but this is not sporadic when you just wake up and feel pretty. Oh, let me do a transition and go. No, these folks wake up every day and attack this like a job.
Right, consistency, and that is the key to anything at this point.
Yes.
Even with because like I said, I'm only talking. There's other ideas that I have because like I like real estate and I definitely like architecture.
Right.
Because I could draw. So those are some other ventures that I'm looking to research and see if I can fit in the space. But the music and the clothing is what I'm hustling towards. Like I've always done the music. People know that I'm talented there, but I need that one record. I know I got one record. I know I got one record.
Hell yeah, it's probably already out there. Shit.
It's probably already.
Because I'm telling you, like a lot of hits are not. A lot of hits die because they ain't promoted.
Yeah.
A lot of hits in the graveyard right now because they weren't promoted.
Right, and it's up. I feel you on that too. It's up to the producer and the artist together, management, whoever you have on your team, to understand the vision and the goal. Like I was sitting and I was talking with M. Dot the other day, and that's basically what he gave me the rundown on. You got to do the footwork in order to get shit done. Like, and a lot of people don't want to do that hard work because they're doing it by yourself. But guess what? This journey is lonely.
Bruh.
Sometimes you're gonna fall. You're gonna be tired. You're not gonna want to stay up that extra hour. You're not gonna want to record. I don't even want to be around people right now. But it's that moment of where you put all that shit aside. Sit at that fucking desk, get that work
and
done,
do it anyway.
And do it anyway.
Do it anyway, bro. And bro, I swear that in itself can just lead over into a whole nother goddamn spiel. But goddamn, before, like, bro, I could do this all day. I could literally do this all day, bro. And I definitely, like, you gonna become a regular. We need to have you on all the goddamn podcast. Like, bro, we definitely have to have. But before we get up out of here, bro, is there anybody that you want to, like, shout out special things, anything like
I
that.
want to shout out to all the artists that I've worked with in the past. Everybody, I love everybody. I think everybody's doing an incredible job with their careers, their life. Whether you working with me still or not, I still got love for everybody that I've worked with because y'all helped me to get to this point in my journey.
Thanks.
So Rocket, I appreciate you.
But
Bro.
always,
You
always. We locked. We locked.
Shout out my nigga One. Shout out my nigga A-Ron. Shout out
Hey,
my nigga
shout out
Jay
my nigga
Bussy.
Kyle.
Shout out to Westside Hardy. Shout out to
Hey, I ain't heard from Hardy in a minute.
Goddamn, who else I can shout out, man? Everybody that SOS Zoe, shout out SOS Zoe, shout out
Okay.
to goddamn Sean Hemp, shout out to Moolah,
Hemp.
Vinci,
Moolah.
shout out my little brother Scrap, my cousin Booze, my boy
Yeah.
P. That's the family. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah, that's everybody, you know what I'm saying? That I
Hell
can think
yeah.
of off the top of my head. So, man, shout out to everybody. Extendo, shout out to him.
For
Jorge, I appreciate you for all the work that you've helped me get over the years.
Mhm.
Shout out to Spilly for always letting me sit in on the studio and learn from him even when I didn't know enough.
Right.
He still let me sit in all the time. So I'm appreciative of those two experienced engineers. Got
Mhm.
love for them. So, that's where I'm at with it. Shout out to everybody, man. Just
That's
keep it
what's up.
moving.
That what's up, bro. Y'all know me, man. A shout out to J. Paul, first of all, bro. None of this would be possible as far as the space without you, bro. I want to shout out my whole team from Opinionated as Fuck, Ready to Be Accountable. Our producer, the Ratchet Hippie, shout out to you. Bro, like everybody who like view, who like what the fuck we got going on, everybody who view and give their dislike or their criticism. I love that. I love that, bro. We need y'all to tap in and say something. You know what I'm saying? Just say something for real. Oh God.
Do whatever,
Say
goddamn.
something.
Yeah, but bro, this has been another episode of Rocket with Rocket featuring my guy Vclass, and we out this bitch.